What's up guys, welcome to another episode of Osling channel. In this video I'm going to talk about polishing machines. I get serious amount of questions about which polisher to buy for start or which one for sort of weekend warriors. Lads are looking for to buy one when they starting up the business. And I imagine if you have never done polishing and you look at some shops, they have large selection of polishers, you will be very confused which one to go for. So in this video, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you what polishers we have for our place, which ones we use, what we use them for. Also, I'm gonna explain you the difference between different types of polishers that you have out there. And at the end of the video, I will give you recommendation for who I would recommend this or that polisher. So first of all, why would you need polisher? Of course, if you want to polish paintwork of your car, you need polisher, you need compounds, you need pads. But in general, you need to understand what that polisher does for you. So basically, when you're using polisher with compounds and pads, you're creating friction on the paint, and the friction in result removes tiny bit of the paint. So choosing the right polisher as well as the compounds and pads will play a huge role in the results that you can achieve with the selection of equipment that you have. Overall, when it comes to buying the machine, it doesn't mean that if you buy the most expensive one, you're gonna get much better results compared to maybe cheaper version. I'm gonna give you an example here. We have Rupes Bigfoot Mark III and we have Liquid Elements T4000. Both of these machines are dual action 15mm throw. Of course, the Rupe is sort of nicer looking machine. It's more comfortable to use, but in general, the results with both of these machines will be the same. So let's start from types of polishing machines you have available on the market. There is three types of machines. First one is dual action. I'm sure if you're interested in detailing, you probably heard the word dual action machine. Some people call it orbital machine. And here we have selection of dual action machines. Another type of polishing machine is gear driven dual action. So it's also like dual action, but it's slightly bit different. I'm gonna explain you this in a while. And the last type of polisher is rotary polisher. These polishers exist for years, 40, 50 years even. So this is the first polisher that was on the market. So what is the difference between the three types of machines? You can forget about brand, about color, shape, or whatever they look like. The biggest difference between the three types of machines is the motion that the machine provides for you when you polish it. So let's start from the rotary machine. Here we have example. It's a rotary machine from Liquid Elements. Not overly dear, does the job. We use it kinda most of the days. This machine provides rotary motion, as the name suggests. So all it does is the backing plates spins around in one direction. When it comes to rotary polishers, what I would be looking at is I would want to make sure that the polisher has constant speed control. And what that means is when you're using it on the paint, the speed you set on the machine, it should remain the same regardless to how much pressure you put on the polisher. Another important feature of the polisher is switch lock. It's very hard to hold the switch for a couple of hours when you're working with this machine. Second type of machine I'm going to talk about is dual action machine. In this case, I will use the Rupes 15mm throw. Basically, this machine provides two motions. First one is orbital motion, and second one is rotary motion. Like the machine has two of those. When you're using this machine, you need to remember all the time that the rotary motion should be in place. And what happens with those type of machines is when you put too much pressure on it or you tilt it, the rotary motion stops. So when you're using this machine and you have only orbital motion in place without the rotary motion, the progress you make in there is very slow. Also, what that leads to holograms, leads to haze on the paint. You're probably never gonna get proper nice finish with machine like that if you're not using it correctly. And by using it correctly, I mean is having the pad as flat to the surface as possible. Don't tilt the machine. Pressure, obviously, like some pressure is needed to speed up the job, but if you put too much pressure, this machine will slow down. The third type of polisher is gear-driven dual action. So it's also dual action similar to those. The one I use most of the time myself is Makita PO 6000. So what this polisher does is it provides dual action motion, but also the rotary motion in the case of this machine is forced by the machine. So no matter how much pressure you put on the machine, even if you tilt the machine will still work. Of course, this is not right if you tilt in the machine, because the machine will start to drag you. Compared to the normal dual action will just slow down or stop the rotary motion, but this polisher will actually drag you. So as you see, all these machines, they are different when it comes to the motion, and this is the key when it comes to polishing. If you choose the right machine for the task that you're dealing with, the job should go nice and smooth. When it comes to dual action machines, actually the choice can be actually also quite difficult, as you have also a couple of options of dual action machines. And what we have here, we have actually 3 different types of dual action machines. So the difference is the size of the throw the machine provides for you. So starting from the smallest one, what we have here is we have 9mm dual action machine. So what 9mm means is the size of the orbital motion, size of the throw that the machine provides. The second dual action is 15mm throw. Even here on this machine you can actually see that the number 15. So this stands for the 15mm size of the throw that this machine provides. And the last one here, I will also use Rupes polisher. This polisher has 21mm throw, so the throw, the size of the orbital motion is the biggest in case of this machine. This 21mm throw machine, and most of them what I came across to, they come with 6-inch backing plate, where other polishers, most of them they will come with 5-inch backing plate. When it comes to the size of the backing plate itself, I personally prefer 5-inch backing plate because it's easier to work with it on most of the surfaces on the car. For larger areas like the roofs or bonnets, 6-inch is actually handy. It will speed up the job. What is the difference between the throw of the machines? Like, you can forget again about the brands, size, whatever they look like. The difference between the throw is that the bigger the throw, the more aggressive the machine is, so it will provide more cutting power when you're doing the polishing. So what can you expect from each polisher? And I also gonna tell you which ones I would recommend you if you were thinking about buying one. So let's start from 9mm throw polishers. These polishers are the ones that they're the easiest one to use. You will learn the quickest with them. Of course, due to the throw they offer sort of limited cutting power, which you can also increase by using, let's say, heavy cut pads, or you can use wool pads or microfiber pads. But in general, even for first time use, once you prep the car really well, play with combinations, you should be able to achieve nice gloss, nice refreshment of the paint, sort of nice finish even for first time use. Of course, if you're thinking about doing correction with this type of polisher, especially when you be thinking about correcting some sort of German car with harder paints, it's gonna take you longer than with any other polishers to remove imperfections, heavier imperfections. But with any soft or medium paints, there should be no much issue with getting correction within some sort of decent time. When it comes to this type of polishers, there is huge choice of them. I have some liquid elements in the shop here. Previously I had Dust 6 Pro. Now we use ADBL Roller 9mm. The 9mm throw ADBL Roller, it's a very good machine. At the price, I think it's very hard to beat this machine, especially that it comes with 3-inch backing plate. We have one that we used for the last 2 years. All we had to do with it was changing the brushes. Second one that is about 5-year-old, we actually use it just for 3-inch backing plate these days. It got so much use that I wouldn't expect any more. However, you can also look at, let's say, liquid elements, pretty decent machine as well. As I mentioned before, Dust Pro 6, also very good durable machine. When it comes to this type of machines, there's not really much point looking for more expensive ones, as the ones at the level around 100-140 euro, they will do the job for what they're designed for. There is one from Rupes, but the difference is it's 12mm throw. It's pretty much similar as this, price is about 3 times more. This type of machines are mainly designed for sort of light use or kind of domestic use, when you'll be using the machine, let's say, a couple of times a year for some heavier jobs or for light job on a regular basis. So when it comes to starting up machine polishing, especially if your budget is limited, I think it's a perfect solution for yourself. Next type of polisher, dual action 15mm throw, also very easy to use, very easy to learn. Lots of detailers use this type of polishers for daily work. It has very balanced cutting power. It offers very nice finish as well. You can increase the cutting power by using wool pads or microfiber pads or hard sponge pads. However, when it comes to correcting hard paints with lots of damage, I find a bit of lack of power from this machine when I want to be effective at the job. But when it comes to starting up polishing, it's also a very good choice to have this machine as a force machine. What we use it mainly for is correcting soft or medium paints. When you have extremely soft paint, especially using one of these will create lots of mess. So this is very good option for correcting softer paints. We also will use it for finishing stages when it comes to harder paints. Also very good tool for that. For single stage polishing on medium or softer paints too. When it comes to the actual polishers, if you want having the best 15mm throw machine, I would definitely recommend the Rupes Mark III. Perfectly designed machine when it comes to the shape. It's sort of nice weight machine, so it's not too heavy, not too light. Very comfortable to use, probably the less vibration from it compared to any other 15mm throw dual actions. But if you're looking for something similar to that, but at sort of budget price, I think the Liquid Elements T4000 is probably the most reasonable machine. The next type of machine, dual action with 21mm throw. Of course, we're going higher with the throw, so this machine will be more demanding to learn, a little bit harder to use. Offers very decent cutting power, but at the same time, while you're going for more cutting power, you have to understand that there will be sort of compromised finish. Of course, you can balance it by using different pads or the way you do it, but there is never perfect solution for extremely good cut and having perfect finish at the same time. When it comes to dealing with harder paints, of course, if you use wool pads or microfiber pads or hard sponge pads, you will get very effective cutting with them. But when you use it for cutting stage, especially on softer paints, you should expect some sort of buffer trails or haze. So what I'm using these polishers for is correcting sort of medium paints with heavy damage, or I'm using them for single stage polishing of harder paints. Which machine I would recommend? If the budget is no issue, I would go for Rupes Mark III. I have Rupes Mark II in my place. A little bit disappointed on this machine, as I also have cheaper options, like I have the ADBL Roller 21mm throw and I have Liquid Elements T5000. These machines are actually providing a little bit more speed, which in results makes the difference. So if you're looking for budget one, 21mm throw ADBL Roller or Liquid Elements T5000 would be perfect choice. And the next machine, gear-driven dual action. This machine sort of offers cutting power on sort of next level compared to standard dual actions. That's from my experience. Effectivity and efficiency is big thing I'm looking at when I'm working in the garage. So this machine speeds up the job, especially when it comes to dealing with harder paints. Also, many times we get really good results within single stage polishing with this machine on harder paints. However, when you're dealing with softer or medium paints, you can expect a bit of mess from cutting stage. It will leave some sort of haze, buffer trails. We work a lot on German cars, so we do a lot of corrections on German cars. So this is our sort of main tool. We use it, that's the polisher we use it most of the time. In occasions we use rotary polisher to get sort of more cutting power, but like the gear-driven dual action is sort of our main tool for most of corrections. When it comes to learning the use of gear-driven dual action, it's sort of harder one to learn compared to standard dual actions. And definitely from my experience, I can say it's not machine for everyone. I've seen guys buying this machine and they just sell it off because it's sort of machine that you have to get used to. It takes a bit of time, but once you get used to, you can achieve very nice results. When it comes to the choice of polisher, my personal choice, my favorite polisher, this type of polisher is Makita PO 6000. You also have choice of ones from Flex, like the old version Flex VRG. You have Flex XC new model. Then you have one from Rupes. If you wanted to buy sort of budget one, there is machine from Vertol around 200-250 euro. Makita is around 350 at this moment. Flex or Rupes will be around 500 euro. And the last type of polisher is the rotary one. We have two here. We use them sort of maybe not every day. We use them quite often, but not maybe every day. I have one liquid elements, kind of budget machine, but does its job. Another one I have Kestrel, old type of machine. Have it about 5 years, still working. The Kestrel one was around 120 euro. The liquid elements is around 170. Is it worth buying one for 400-500 euro? All depends. If you have the budget there, you can buy like Rupes one or Flex one. Very good machines. However, in the case of those machines, it's how you use this machine. It's not about what you pay for it, it's how you use it. Overall, when it comes to the rotary machine, it's probably one of the most comfortable one to use, as there is no vibration as in case of dual action machines. However, it's the one that is very hard to get results with, very hard to learn the proper way of polishing with this machine. And that's because this machine creates a lot of heat on the surface, especially if you use sponge pads. You increase the speed a little bit, you will put some pressure on the machine. You can expect a lot of heat from this machine. We mainly use it for dealing with very hard paint with lots of damage that does require lots of cutting stage. However, in most cases, rotary polisher leaves some sort of imperfections like holograms, buffer trails on the paint. So usually we follow this step with one of the dual action machines, and that gives us nice finish. Also, what I use it for sometimes is when it comes to reducing the orange peel from cars, I use rotary polisher combined with the denim pad, and that works nicely for reducing or removing sort of low level of orange. So which polishers I would recommend to different people? If you're starting off, you have never done any polishing, your idea is to buy polisher and use it a couple of times a year for your own car, maybe a couple of corrections a year. If budget is the limit, what I go for is 9mm throw dual action polisher. So in this case, you have small tool, relatively cheap, as one of them would be around 120 euro. This model comes with 3-inch backing plate, so you have two kind of polishers within one. For the money that you could spend on bigger polisher, you also will have a selection of compound spots. It will take more time to perform correction, let's say, than if you had bigger polisher, but like if the budget is the limit, I would say this would be the perfect solution. If the budget is not an issue, what I would suggest is go for the happy medium polisher, which is 15mm throw dual action. This polisher will give you sort of decent progress, very easy to learn. And example of one of them, Liquid Elements T4000. This machine is 210 euro, so also doesn't cost a fortune. If you have more budget, Rupes 15mm throw is probably one of the best choices. Very nice to use, very comfortable machine. Also, if you buy polisher like that and you decide at some stage that polishing is not something you want to do, these polishers, they will have better resale value than the cheaper ones. If you are a weekend warrior and you caught the book for detailing, you want to do it every weekend, you want to kind of learn it quicker, what I would suggest is one of these machines would be perfect choice. 15mm throw dual action or 21, all depends on sort of what cars you'll be working on, and also what sort of results you'll be expecting. Light gloss enhancement like the 15mm throw, it's perfect if you have limited time. If you want to do more, 21mm throw dual action will be perfect. If you're starting a business and you want to be effective, efficient at your work, what I would suggest for the start is having minimum 2 polishers. And in this case, what I would say, having the small one, which will allow you to use it also as a 3-inch, or the big one. Then in time you could think about 3-inch polishers. This would be sort of stuff for single stages, finishing stage. Then for cutting stage, I would be looking at 21mm throw, or I'd be looking at the gear-driven polisher. So to recap the video, I hope it will be helpful for you to choose the right polisher, for start especially. Overall, you can forget about the idea that there is something like the best polisher out there that will do the job for you. One of these polishers is only tool in your hand. You have to use it right to get the results. To get good results while you're polishing, you have to obviously think about compounds, pads that you use for the job. Also, you have to think about the area that you're polishing at the time, speed of the polisher, your own technique, pressure that you put on polisher. If you want to get more information about it, check my YouTube channel. There's quite a few videos that I explain how to approach polishing to get the results. In the description of this video, I'm going to put up a list of different types of polishers. I'm going to list the polishers we have here on the table. I also will add a couple of different ones. Some of these polishers are available from our shop, so if you are in Ireland, you can purchase them from us. So that's everything in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I hope this video will be helpful for you when you're choosing the first polisher. If you have any questions, comment below. If you like this type of content, make sure to subscribe my channel. Also, I will appreciate any comments and likes on the video. That will keep me more motivated to do this content. So thanks again for watching, and see you on the next one.